What's up, guys? Welcome back to All Wings Everything. I am your cook, Spinelli, and yes, I am the self-proclaimed wing king and the prince and ruler of all lemon pepper wings. Do not get it twisted. You not in these streets making lemon pepper wings like me. I'm telling you, click that link above me and I'm gonna show you guys how to make the best lemon pepper wings on the planet. So respect the lemon pepper. All right? Respect the lemon pepper. Now, in today's video, I'm gonna show you guys how to make Pok Pok wings or Pok Pok wings, whatever you want to call it. This recipe was recommended or suggested by another YouTuber. His name is Sal over at Root Boy Cooks. Guys, I'm gonna leave his card right here, so you guys go ahead, go over to his channel after you watch this video and check him out. He has some really good recipes, so don't forget, check his channel out once you finish watching this video. Now, I'm gonna tell you one thing about this recipe, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and be upfront with you. It is very labor intensive, meaning there's a lot of steps involved. But listen, if you can get up that mountain and over that mountain, there's a rainbow at the end. The wings are absolutely amazing, delicious. I can't say enough about them. I'm telling you, stick with me, pay attention. So I hope you're in your kitchen. I'm already in mine, so let's go. All right, so here are the ingredients we're going to use for today's recipe. Again, we have our Publix green wise chicken. We're going to use some fresh garlic cloves. We have kosher salt, some fish sauce, corn starch, baking powder. We have some sugar here. I got packets of sugar. We have some chili paste, fresh mint, and some fresh cilantro. So these are the ingredients we're going to use. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so in preparation of our marinade, let me tell you what we got here first before we start. I have 5 teaspoons of minced garlic, and I have 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm sorry, 2.5 teaspoons of salt. Kosher salt right here. So in preparation of preparing the marinade, what I'm going to do is we're going to soak our garlic in warm water for about 5 to 10 minutes. So what you want to do is just add your kosher salt, and then what you're going to do is add your minced garlic, and we're going to let that soak here for about 5 minutes. And once this finished soaking, we'll go ahead and continue with preparing our marinade. All right, so while we wait for our garlic, minced garlic to soak, we're going to start preparing the other part of our marinade. So what we're going to do is, what I have here, I have a 1/2 cup of fish sauce, and I also have a 1/2 cup of sugar. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour this sugar into this fish sauce, and we're going to stir it until it all dissolves. Guys, I'm telling you, fish sauce does not have a good smell. I'm telling you, it's horrible. But you don't taste the fish sauce. You don't taste it. But so if you never cook with fish sauce, don't let it turn you off, because it'll turn you off. You'll think, oh man, is this what I'm gonna taste? You're not gonna taste it. So get that a good whip, and this is what you have here. All right. And let's move on. All right, so now it has been 5 minutes. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our measuring cup, and I'm going to take my strainer, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour this. Let me see if I can get this on there so you guys can see it. I'm going to pour this into my strainer, and you want to mash down on your garlic to get as much juice out of it as you can, because what you want is you want the garlic juice, or the juice from the garlic. All right, and what you could do is you could take this leftover garlic, cover it up, and you can save it for something else, or you can use it in the end of the recipe. All right, so this is what we have. So let's move on to the next step. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fish sauce mixture along with our salt and garlic mixture, and I'm going to pour that into our fish sauce. And what I want to do now is I want to give this a good mix.
All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and marinate our chicken pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with about 1/4 of a cup and start pouring this into our bag with our chicken. I've already cut and cleaned the chicken. The reason why is you want to reserve some of this marinade for later on in the recipe. Some people pour the whole mixture in the bag and then use that mixture to make the sauce at the end. But I don't like marinating my chicken into a mixture and then using that same mixture that it marinated in for some sauce. I don't know, something about that doesn't sit well with me. So what I do is I'm just going to take some of it and reserve it on the side. That way I know I got a fresh batch of this mixture. So I'm going to give it another whip because of that sugar settled in. All right, so let's go ahead and get about 1/4 of a cup first. So let's see what that looks like. Okay. So it looks like what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pour all of it in here because I want this to be completely covered. And what I'll do is I'll go back and make me a separate batch of this mixture for later on in the recipe for the sauce, because I want to make sure that these chicken pieces are covered fully to get the maximum flavor. So you guys, you want to go and just follow that recipe again to make you a fresh batch of this sauce for the end of the recipe. But if you're the type of person that doesn't mind making the sauce out of the this liquid after your chicken pieces are set in there, you feel free to do that also, but I don't recommend that. All right, so this is what we have. I'm gonna let these marinate for 24 hours and I'll be right back. All right, so here are the remaining ingredients all measured out. I'm gonna let you know what I have. Right here I have 1/2 cup of cornstarch, 2 teaspoons of chili paste, have 3 teaspoons of chopped minced garlic. I have 1 tablespoon of baking powder. I have a teaspoon of salt, and here are 2 extra ingredients I did add. This is 1/2 cup of water, and this is 1/2 cup of tequila. Now you can use vodka if you want to. I didn't have any vodka, so all I had in my cabinet was tequila. And this tequila, and what this is going to do. We're going to mix this with the flour, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm going to do. I actually forgot about this part. You don't have to do it that way, but I want to do it this way. You can make this type of wing 1 or 2 ways. You could just dip your wings right into the flour and the cornstarch and the baking powder and dip it in the flour, or you could double dip it, meaning you put it into your cornstarch and baking powder, then shake it off and then put it into this wet mixture. I'm gonna show you guys, so stay tuned, keep watching. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and prepare our breading. So I'm gonna add my cornstarch here, then we're going to add our baking powder, and lastly our salt. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna give this a good mix like this. Let's make sure we combine it. And that's what we have. All right, let's move on. All right, so here are our wings. They've been marinating for overnight. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm just gonna go ahead and remove them from this mixture, and we're going to sit them over here on the napkin to let them kind of dry out a little bit before we add them to our flour mixture. All right, so this is what we have. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and grab some additional paper towels and go ahead and pat these bad babies dry. All right, so let's move on to the next step. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add these pieces to our flour mixture. And I'm just gonna put as many as I can in here. And I'm just gonna shake it up instead of doing it one at a time. And what I'll do is do a little shaky baking, kind of like that. And what I'm going to do now, I have a baking sheet right here that I'm going to take these out, and I'm just going to put them here on the baking sheet. and you want to shake out as much of the flour mixture as you can. All right, so let's go ahead and add the remaining pieces of the chicken, and we're going to do the same thing. Let me show you what we have. This is what we have. We're going to let these rest for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll start the frying process. All right, so what we're going to do next is we're going to add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil in our pot like this. And only thing we're going to do in this step is we're going to take our 3 teaspoons of minced garlic or chopped garlic, and we're going to, you know, kind of, we're going to cook it in here for about 2 minutes, and then we're going to take it out, and pretty much we're going to use this as a garnishment. So we're going to let our oil come up to temperature, then we'll add our garlic. All right, it looks like we're up to temperature, so we can add our garlic. And guys, we're just going to cook this to the garlic turns a brownish color, and then we're going to remove it. You want to keep moving it around. You don't want to let it sit and cook because you don't want to burn it. You want it to pretty much cook evenly, all the pieces, so you don't want to leave it in one spot. All right, so it looks like we got what we want right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and remove the garlic, and I'm just gonna put it back in a dish. All right, and we'll be right back. All right, so what we're gonna do now in this step is we're gonna prepare our wet mixture. So we're gonna add our water here to the remaining of the baking powder and cornstarch, and then our tequila here. Remember, you don't have to use tequila, you can use vodka, but that's all I had was tequila. All right, so that right there is probably a little bit too wet for me, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some more cornstarch and some more baking powder. I'll be right back. All right, so I added some more baking powder and some more cornstarch. Okay, so now we don't want a thick mixture, but we don't want it too watery. This, it looks like the consistency that I want. A little bit thinner than what you want to call it, pancake mix. You don't want it thick like pancake mix, but just like this, more like a milky consistency like this. This is more milky than the other one that was very watery. So this, if you take a look at it, that's kind of milky. That's what you want right there. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next step. All right, so what am I going to do in this step? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put these chicken pieces back in here and toss and turn them like that. Take them back out, put them back on the rack, just like that. Take them back out, put them on the rack, just like this. And we're going to do this for each piece. So this is what we have. So right now what we're going to do is I'm going to let this sit aside as we get our oil heated up and up to temperature. Then we're going to drop them in the fryer just like this. All right, let's move on. All right, so I've added my oil into our pan. So now what I'm waiting to do is I'm waiting on it to come up to temperature. Once it comes up to temperature, we're going to drop those chicken pieces in here, and we're going to let them cook for about 7 to 10 minutes, 6 to 10 minutes. It just depends on you. You guys already know, depending on how hot your oil is and all that good stuff, how many pieces of chicken you got in there. So you just want to eyeball it to make sure whether it's done or not, as you will see the chicken floating up to the top. All right, so it looks like our oil is up to temperature. So I'm going to start dropping our chicken pieces in here. So I'm just going to cook about half of them right now. I don't want to overcrowd the pot and bring the oil temperature down. So I'm just going to do half of them now, and then I do the other half once these are complete. So I'm going to let these cook for about 7 to 10 minutes. We'll see. All right, we're just going to keep an eye on them. All right, be right back. All right, guys, take a look at them right now. They're turning out pretty good. So what we're going to do is I got about 2 more about 3 more minutes with these right here, and we'll go ahead and pull them out. All right. All right, guys. So it looks like it's time to bring these bad babies out. So I'm gonna take them, put them on my rack here, and I've already preheated my oven to 300 degrees, and I'm gonna have them sit in here in the oven to keep warm while I cook the last batch of these. But take a look at them. Take a look at that. Nice color. Looks good. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this oil back up to temperature real fast, and then we're gonna stick our second batch in, and we'll be right back. All right, so it looks like our oil is back up to temperature, so I'm gonna drop the last, I think we got 6 more left in here. All right, so our second batch is done. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start removing them, putting them here in our pan along with our first batch. All right, so we're gonna go to this last step. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna let this pan heat up for a bit, and then I'm gonna take the reserve marinade, the fish sauce marinade with the sugar. I'm gonna take the reserve of that, put it in this pot or pan along with our chili paste, and then we're gonna get that mixed up together, and then we're gonna add our chicken pieces into that, mix them up, add the garlic, flip them over again, and then we're gonna remove them, and then we're gonna be ready to eat. All right, so let's let this pan heat up for about 30 seconds, and I'll be right back. All right, so let's go ahead and add our fish sauce in here, and then let's add our chili paste. And what we're going to do is we're going to get this all mixed up. Just let it cook for about 20 to 30 seconds. All right, now what we're going to start doing is adding our chicken pieces into it like this, and we're going to start getting these all mixed up, just like that. Oh man, this smells good. All right, and what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add some of that garlic that we had. Let's add that to it. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour these bad babies out, and we're gonna get them plated up. I'll see you in a bit. And guys, this is what we have all plated up. Take a look at that. Oh my goodness, this looks delicious. I can't wait to try it out. Let me go ahead and get it all dressed up, because it's really naked right now, and then I'll bring you right back and let you see the finished product. And there you have it, guys. Pok Pok wings. Guys, let me know what you think about that. Take a look at this, man. I'm telling you, this is beautiful, guys. This is beautiful. You know, I always say that about my wing recipes, and I know I'm the wing king, the self-proclaimed, but I just don't know what else to say. They're just amazing. Look at that. Just simply amazing. All right, so you already know the ingredients and the measurements all going to be in the video description below. If you need any of these items, feel free to click those links down in that video description below. It'll take you straight to Amazon, and you can purchase these items. They'll be sent directly to you. Everybody who's been purchasing from them links, I'm telling you, it has been helping. I appreciate it. I really do. I appreciate it. So thank you. Now, if you need some of that All Wings Everything merch, because you need your All Wings Everything t-shirt just so you can feel official. You're not official till you got it on, okay? So go ahead, click that link in the video description, and go to my All Wings Everything store with Teesprings. And until then, guys, I'm your cook, Spinelli. All Wings Everything, and I am out. Peace.